So, why weren't we ever taught about our body being a piece of high technology? Why weren't we ever taught that our body is invaluable, that it is the most important thing we will ever own in this lifetime? If we had that knowing, if we had that knowledge and wisdom, what would change? Think about this, right? The ways we treat our bodies, the ways we treat other people's bodies, right? If we treated our bodies as sacred, which they are, if we had the reverence that our bodies deserve, can you imagine what a different world this would be that we live in, right? And so there's a reason that we haven't been taught this. There's a reason that this component is missing from society and from education and from basic knowledge. Instead, we're taught that these bodies break and these bodies are weak and fail, that these bodies are not good enough on their own, that they require shots and medications, that they require all kinds of assistance. When in reality, if our bodies were treated with the reverence and respect that they deserve, they wouldn't need assistance. They would be strong and healthy and powerful. And they would be working for us in every possible manner. So if your body is breaking on you, if your body is failing, if your body is sending you some red flags, right? I call a symptom a red flag because it's one of our ways that the body communicates to us, is by showing us a symptom, right? That's our body's message, because that means we're not connected enough, we're not communicating enough to get the message without a physical symptom coming through, right? Because if you actually connect to your body and speak to your body and communicate with it, you won't need to have physical messages. But when we don't take heed and when we're not connected intuitively to our body and we're not speaking to it daily, it has to find a way to break through and deliver us information. And so that's where symptoms come in. That's where, oh, I'm bloated. Oh, I got a headache, right? All of these things are showing up to tell us something, to give us a warning. And it's up to each of us to decide if we're going to take that warning, if we're going to heed the message and do something different, right? So, you know, one of the things that I think about a lot is, had we really been taught how invaluable our body is, would we be feeding it junk processed foods? Would we be celebrating it, right, on our birthday? Would we be feeding it sugars and candies and ice creams and cakes and things that are not nourishing, that are not benefiting our bodies? No, that would make no sense, right? If we had this knowledge ingrained in us, would we be drinking alcohol? Would we be doing anything that damages our body? No, we would not. We would not be injecting it with poisons. We would not be swallowing pills from the laboratory. It's funny and it's not funny. But why is it funny? Because when you think about it, it makes no sense whatsoever, right? It's like we're living in opposite land. And so I'm excited because it feels like a time on this planet for this wisdom to come back to the people. For human beings to realize the sacredness of their body, to understand the gift that they've been given to have this physical vessel every day, to be able to take care of it, to be able to support it, to be able to be supported by it, and to make choices that allow us to really utilize this body in the best way possible. And so I'm coming to all of these conclusions as I'm healing and detoxing. I was having the red flags. I've been through this, many times before. I've been learning and growing and healing, for over a decade. And it's a process. It's not an overnight, aha, and then everything changes. But what if our children and our future generations are born with this wisdom and knowledge? What if they grow up honoring their bodies, understanding the sacredness, having this wisdom? It would change everything. And so my message to the world is, teach your children, show them, and you have to lead with example. You can't just tell them and then be doing the opposite. Okay, this is how important it is to make these changes and to teach this wisdom, to share this information about our bodies and what true gifts they are, and how there's literally nothing more important in this world, in our life, than our own physical vessel. So I share this in hopes that you will love your body more each day, that you will celebrate it, that you will give it what it needs, that you will nourish it, that you will care for it, that you will support it, and that you will appreciate it, even through the pains and the struggles and the discomfort, because those are there for purpose. Those are there as reminders. And please, if you haven't given thanks for being healthy and well, do that each day, because not everyone has that, and not every day will hold that for us, especially if we don't honor this wisdom. We were all perfectly designed with able bodies and sound minds. It's from one of my songs. So don't ever forget, and please share this wisdom, share this message, and bring it forward to our future generations so that we can change this world in such a powerful way, with such a basic piece of information that should be instinctive, that should be inherent, that we have literally been twisted and programmed to not know, to not believe, to not understand. It's time now. It's time. So today, I take this moment to connect with my body and say, I love you, body. I care for you, body. I support you, body. And I appreciate every piece and part of you so much.